What's going on, guys? My name is Sakha, and in today's video, I'm going to give you guys the 5 books that have changed my life the most. I'll start by saying I have read hundreds of books. I've been a self-development junkie since my pizza delivering days and, college days where I'm driving to campus or delivering pizzas. And reading has been something, and self-development, honestly, has just been something that has gotten me to level up my mentality and has helped me grow as an individual and has helped me manifest, honestly, a lot of the things and a lot of the small amounts of success that I've experienced thus far. I do believe that I've got a long way to go and that there's levels to this stuff, but a few things about myself. I am an entrepreneur. I own a few insurance agencies. I own a fitness brand called Barbells and Briefcases, and self-development has been a big contributor to that. And so without further ado, I'm gonna get into the 5 books that have impacted my life the most and that have shaped me in all areas. Let's get into it. All right, so I'm gonna give you guys my top 5, number 1 being the best. And I'll tell you that number 5 was honestly the hardest. there were so many that could have been number 5. I originally thought it was going to be John Maxwell's, I originally wrote down it was gonna be John Maxwell's 21 indispensable qualities of a leader, because I do believe that leadership is important. Even though not all of us are in leadership positions, learning leadership is influence, and if you can master influence, it's gonna help change your life drastically. But I didn't choose this book. I ended up going with Grant Cardone's 10X Rule. The 10X Rule, the whole idea behind this book is to think 10 times bigger than you were thinking prior. So if you create a goal for yourself, if you want to buy 1 house, then say, I want to buy 10 houses. And if you fall short, then, it's like aim for the stars or aim for the moon. If you fall short, you'll lay beneath the stars, or I don't know, something like that. But, if the whole idea is to think 10 times bigger and to take 10 times more massive action. And by doing that, this book, the reason why I have it on my list is because I'm not a huge fan of Grant Cardone, but I do like the guy. I do think he's a bit salesy and he's always trying to put people together. But the idea behind the book is that it does get you to think bigger, and that more often than not is going to help you get better results than had you thought smaller, right? The book has certainly got me to just create goals that I didn't think about before, and to really put no limits in my goal or on my goals, because I have, on a small scale, I have seen to where I've written something down about 4, 5, maybe 10 years ago, and I'm looking at that goal now and I'm like, holy cow, like I've accomplished that goal, and I should have thought bigger. You know what I mean? If I'm gonna think, I might as well think big and see what it does. Just put stuff out there, just write things down and see how it manifests, and see, how your subconscious mind navigates through achieving these goals, and you'll be surprised with what the outcome is by thinking bigger. And so you've got nothing to lose by thinking bigger. The 10X Rule is one of the best books for thinking big. I highly recommend it. The second book that has changed my life was the 5 Love Languages book. The whole idea of this book is that people tend to receive love and give love in 5 different ways. These ways are acts of service, gift giving, words of affirmation, quality time, and physical touch. 1 of 5 ways people are going to feel loved and also tend to give love as well. So I'll give you guys an example. My love languages are words of affirmation and acts of service. Like, I love when you tell me how awesome I'm doing and tell me you're proud of me, right? I love acts of service. If you can do things for me, I'm gonna feel appreciated. Like, if you're my spouse and you do the dishes for me, I'm gonna feel appreciated. If you meal prep for me, I'm gonna feel appreciated. The same way that we love our spouse and our significant other is the same way that you can love the people around you. So it doesn't just have to be, in an intimate relationship. It can also be the 5 love languages of appreciation in the workplace. And the author, Gary Chapman, also wrote this book for that reason, that if you run an organization or if you have people around you, You will want to learn and understand how they receive love, so that way you can give love in that way and show love and appreciation in that way. And so this book was a game changer for me because it helped me understand my staff and how to show them that I appreciate them. But also on an intimate level, my relationship changed with my significant other when I learned the 5 love languages. So game-changing book. I hope you guys will read it. All right, the third book that was a complete game changer for me was Napoleon Hill's Grow Rich with Peace of Mind. The reason I chose this book is you guys probably know Napoleon Hill for Think and Grow Rich. Now he wrote Think and Grow Rich it was right after the Great Depression, and he was in his later 40s, early 50s when he wrote that book. He was in this completely different mindset and paradigm after a Great Depression where he was focused on getting money. Well, he wrote this book, Grow Rich with Peace of Mind, on the later half of his life. I mean, God, he was probably close to his end, where he was 84 years old when he wrote this book, and he was at his utmost maturity with this book. And the reason why this book stood out to me and changed my life is because he was past the money accumulation phase of his life, and he was way more in touch with what really mattered, and that's why he titled it Grow Rich with Peace of Mind. It's more of a well-rounded approach to life, not just getting rich, but he is going to give you game-changing advice on how to get rich, but what to do with those riches and how to live a complete, fulfilled life. This book changed my life. I read both of the books, Think and Grow Rich and Grow Rich with Peace of Mind, and so something about this book that resonated with me. And because even though I haven't accumulated the amount of money that I want to accumulate just yet, my mind is always focused on what I'm going to do with the second half of my life when I want to give all my wealth away. And so that's why this book was super powerful for me, and so I hope you guys will read it. All right, the fourth, probably, this one was a tough one between number 1 and 2, but the fourth book that was a complete game changer for me was How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. This book teaches you how to have influence, how to make friends, just like the title is, right? How to make friends and influence people. The whole book is this whole idea of just teaching you how to become more likable, teaching you how to have genuine interest in people, teaching you to smile, teaching you to ask people questions about what they have going on in their life, teaching you how to just make other people more important, to show genuine interest, not fake interest, not like, what do you do for a living? And oh, cool. And then listening just to give your response as far as what you do for a living. But no, genuinely listening, like, what do you have going on in your life? Oh my God, that's so interesting. Tell me more about it. Just asking the question, why? Somebody says, I moved from Texas to Las Vegas. Well, why'd you do that? Oh, because there's more money. I figured I could make more money out here. Oh, really? Well, don't you have family out there? Asking people questions, being genuinely interested in others is the way to their heart, is the way to gain influence, right? There's this quote, I really wanted to share it, is the key to influencing others is to talk about what they want and show them how to get it. As you guys can tell, I'm so interested in learning about leadership and influence and learning, just people, right? At the end of the day, people is what's most important in this life, and not things, and not, it's people and experiences. And so this book, How to Win Friends and Influence People, was a complete game changer for me. It taught me, I already consider myself an extrovert and I consider myself good with people, but How to Win Friends and Influence People just really put it in words for me and really solidified some of my prior thought processes and things like that. Anybody that's maybe introverted, or anybody that's that's in sales, or anybody that's a business owner, or anybody that just wants to improve their skills with people, this is the book for you. Highly recommend reading it. All right, so my favorite book of all time is a short read. It's one that, I consider myself like a slower person. Growing up, to me, it was always like the books that needed, pictures and drawings for me to like really absorb information. So for even slow people like myself, I would tell you that this is the book that changed my life, and it's a short read, it's very understandable, and it's a whole book on how to control your thoughts. It's called As Man Thinketh. The book is about exactly what the title is. Watch your thoughts. You know, what you think about crystallizes and turns into realities. Your inner world and your inner thoughts create your outer world and your outer circumstances. And even if your circumstances are bad or negative, your thoughts towards those circumstances will create what's next. And so my favorite quote comes from the book. It's, "He who cherishes a beautiful vision, a lofty ideal in his heart, will someday realize it." And I don't know why that's my favorite quote. It's just, I'm a dreamer, I'm a visionary, and I have so many dreams and goals for my future. And as long as it's, you know, beautiful to me, I'll someday realize it. And on a small scale, some of the things that I've already manifested, it's come true, you know, and your thoughts, you know, there's this saying that your thoughts become your words, and then your words become your actions. And so, but it starts with your thought. And so make sure that you're very cognizant and you're aware of the thoughts that are coming into your mind. And you know, bad thoughts will come, but don't let them stay. Let them go, you know what I'm saying? And then replace those thoughts with positive ones, with only things that you want to create in your life. You know, thoughts of goals and dreams, and the type of life that you want, and the people that are in it, the experiences you want to create. Let your mind think those thoughts. You know, there's even the saying that, you know, we think on average, gosh, it's like 22,000 thoughts a day, and 90% of them are the same thoughts. And if we could just change a percentage of those thoughts on a daily basis, we change our life. You change your thoughts, you change your life. And that's what this book is all about. It's a short and easy read, and I remember reading it for the first time and highlighting all my favorite quotes. It seemed like I highlighted damn near the whole book, because every other sentence is quotable. Every other sentence is so beautifully put together. I've never read a book that was only 60 pages that was this beautifully articulated. And it was written in 1902, and so over 100 years ago, and it's aged extremely well. So there you guys have it. Those are my top favorite books that have changed my life. There's so many books that have really changed my life, but I try to sum it down into 5. You know, another one on masculine energy and alpha energy is called Way of the Superior Man. That was one of my favorites. That barely missed the top 5 as well. But if you're a man, that book helps you understand, you know, masculine versus feminine energy, and helps you become the alpha that you need to be. And so there's a lot of books. There's a lot of books, to be honest, and I try to sum it down into 5, but those are the top 5 books that have changed my life. And I'm gonna create another video like this in the future of, you know, maybe you know, every year books that I value. So if you listen this far, do me a huge favor and smash the like button, destroy the notification bell, and hit that subscribe button for all future videos. I talk all things self-development, entrepreneurship, and insurance. Follow me on all my social media platforms. Thank you guys so much. Peace.